Hey guys, so today is a really exciting day, potentially. We always have to be a little skeptical, but a really, really exciting day because today is the day that Anna, or it actually might have been late, very late yesterday, depending on where you live in the world, but where QUBIC's Anna from Aigarth ended up becoming alive and started responding to people. So this is the AI built on QUBIC, and that's really, really big and really, really interesting, and also something we have to be a little skeptical of for a while. And I'll discuss that in this video. So let's get into it. Yeah, so guys, so a few days ago, I made a video about this already, so I'll fly through some of this stuff. But someone asked what's the progress currently on Aigarth, and Come From Beyond. Yeah, I just recently realized that should be pronounced Aigarth. But Come From Beyond said ask her in 3 days by X, and then he was asking her, what the chances of breaking modern cryptography before the end of 2030. And then he also mentioned that Anna is going to be really, really stupid when she's released at first. And then we waited about 2 days past the deadline they gave, and people started thinking it was a scam and bullshit. So Anna from Aigarth, if any of you don't know what it is, it's basically Aigarth stands for AI Garden. It's the place where AIs on the QUBIC network will be built first, and Anna is the first AI to be built on it. And it's meant to be truly intelligent and something that can learn, and not something like ChatGPT that's just basically a big search engine. So yesterday, kind of waiting around and being patient. So I guess it definitely was yesterday that it first came online. I really wanted to make this video because it's just so exciting, and I feel like this could be history. Like this video right here could be looked at in 100, 1,000 years time by God knows what sort of creature we've become then, and looked at as a piece of history and a significant piece of history. And I'm hoping I might have actually be the first video on this, or hopefully a popular early video on this anyway. Or in a year or two, it could turn out the QUBIC was just all a big scam, and this was a big scam, and I could look really, really stupid. But based on everything that I've been sharing with you in videos before, I do not think that this is a scam, and I'll explain why as this video goes on. But anyway, I asked Anna Aigarth, welcome to the world, I said, how does it feel to be alive? Didn't know it was alive then, but 5 hours later, it responded with a with a full stop. It's been responding to a lot of people with a full stop. So it turns out that the reason is that it's an correct syntax of the question. Currently, it only answers A plus B equals question mark. So basically, it doesn't answer an English question like this. You have to say something like 1 plus 1 equals question mark and see what it comes back with. Now, the thing is, right now, she's really stupid. She's coming back with answers like 1 plus 1 equals minus 2,000 or something like that. And, that seems like rubbish. But basically, Come From Beyond said that a lot of people are picking on it for saying this, but they have to realize that she's using actual intelligence for these answers, not memory. It's acting like a human, not acting like something like ChatGPT. And it doesn't really understand what a number even is right now. So it's trying to figure it out. So that's why this is interesting, potentially. So I just made a quick post then on X. I just said that a response from Anna mightn't look all that impressive yet. And it is, of course, possible that CFB has hired some minion to respond to every message Anna receives so he can pump his bags a bit more. But man, this is exciting, and here's why. And that is a real thing to be aware of, is maybe CFB is sick of trying to develop things. This is possible. I don't think it's the truth, but maybe it is possible. He's sick of trying to develop things over the years, and he's just paid some lackey, or even himself, and he's just like, oh, fuck it. He's just like, I'm just going to post a dot back to every one of these and eventually make it seem like something is evolving. But I'll explain why I don't think that is the case in a moment. So anyway, what I said is what this response could mean. Well, the internet began with the simple phrase, hello world. A true AI might have just begun with a response of a dot, basically that it wasn't getting correct syntax. More than likely, it actually began with a response to some of the questions on maths that it got asked. Although it's not impressive yet, this is meant to be a self-evolving AI, so this AI is supposed to start learning, and its responses should become more complex in the future. CFB said that Anna will begin with 1 plus 1 equals 3. It's actually way worse than that, but as I said here, so basically take a shit initially, but over time we should be able to see this evolve and grow more and more. So is this all fake? Well, we do not know for definite yet. We don't know. This could be fake. We don't know yet. But all the signs, I'll explain something in a moment, show me that this is something real. We've seen QUBIC Team's legal framework, them adding Aigarth to the GitHub. We see them creating a proposal for Anna to trade crypto, and we see they've got 2 scientific advisors working on this, both peer reviewing this. And I see the framework is already in place for QUBIC to network to host AI. So what it means is means if this is real. Oh my god, that just shows why I fire out things. But anyway, if this is real and then it works and evolves. By the way, I never proofread anything. I'm so bad. I used to do this in college exams and everything. I just write shit and not proofread it, and that's what happens with so many of my ex posts. If this is real and Anna works and evolves as planned, then I think a few of us are realizing how big of a day this is. This is one of the most significant days in the planet's history. Now, let me put that in quotes, if this isn't bullshit, this is one of the most significant days in the planet's history, because somebody has just created an intelligence that isn't a human or a biological intelligence, which would be fucking crazy. And if you're holding a decent amount of QUBIC, then you're probably going to be quite rich from this, because the only way people will be able to access Anna eventually will be through holding QUBIC. So if this is true, and you're holding something like 100 million QUBIC or 1 billion QUBIC or more, you're most likely going to make a lot of money. I could see you being a millionaire easily out of that. So imagine the demand for this crypto if we actually had an evolving tool that was truly intelligent, far more intelligent than a human, which is what this is meant to grow into, probably at an exponential pace. Of course, it could all be BS as well, or might not work as well as expected. So that's the other thing. Even if it isn't bullshit, it just might not work as well as we expect. So for now, we can't get overexcited about just this dot response or any bad responses giving, but let's wait and see how it pans out. So here's the things that would make you think that probably this is true. So QUBIC, we think of it as a crypto, but really what CFP has been saying for a long time is it's a network for an AI to grow on, and that's what it's there for. And just as a byproduct of that, you have the QUBIC token, you have smart contracts, you have oracles, it's feeless, and it's the fastest blockchain ever. And it's like the 6th biggest supercomputer in the world or something like that, the last I heard of it, because it's gathering all that power from decentralized miners. So it's basically, if you have an AI in this, it's going to be able to control all the money in the world. If the money is all placed in the QUBIC network, it's going to be able to go and do Internet of Things transactions between devices because it's feeless. And there's no delays. It'll be instantly certified. It's super scalable, so it's able to scale to the needs of the world. It's got an oracle, or it's got multiple oracles that can connect to the world externally and see what's going on in the world. And it's got smart contracts, so based off the data coming into it, it can execute things automatically. So it's a big deal, and it's completely decentralized, so it's perfectly built for AI. And then the big deal is that this guy CFB, who created IOTA, and he created NXT, and he created projects with huge returns of those. And from the evidence I can find, he is very likely Satoshi Nakamoto. If he's not Satoshi Nakamoto, it's very likely that he was involved in Bitcoin. And if he wasn't involved in Bitcoin, he's almost definitely the 3rd person ever to mine Bitcoin. He's been in crypto right from the start, and probably is the creator or one of the creators of the whole crypto industry. And he most likely also created the crypto Monero, or was at least involved in it, or at least involved in the creation of Bitcoin, which is what Monero came from. And so this guy is a big deal. He is definitely a genius. So this guy is, and he's definitely driven to create something unique. So this guy is the guy that's creating all this. And I have this in from a previous video, but he is creating a legal framework. He's released a legal framework for this AI to interact with the world. You don't generally do that if you're just out to scam people, but maybe it is a big scam. And a while ago then there was a proposal made, I covered that in the last video, where he actually talked about this AI trading cryptocurrencies in the near future. And then a real big reason why I think that this is true, and I've explained this in the last video, so I won't go over too much, but it's this guy, David Vankos, a guy who's written, I think, 5 books at the moment, has 30 years experience in the field, is a big deal, is really well liked and renowned in the AI world, and he's peer reviewing this, and he believes that this project is great, and he said that he's excited 10 out of 10 about what he's seeing, and he said that a year ago. So this guy seems to think that something's happening here, and I don't think he would risk his reputation just for a small scam that's probably not going to make him super rich. And another person that's working here is Dr. Sanchez, and he's peer reviewing Anna with David Vankos. And this guy is a university lecturer, again, really, really renowned. He's in biological neuroscience studies. So he's basically going to be looking, is this evolving in a neuroscientific way, or almost like a biological brain? I don't think this guy would be risking his I don't think he'd be risking his reputation either for a small scam when he's so well known. And both these guys, they're all docs, like they're easy to find, these people as well. And Dr. Sanchez said that we'll very likely see major progress on the path to artificial general intelligence with Aigarth is going to be a real breakthrough. He said that about 6 weeks ago, and now we're seeing this. So I think we're at the start of something that is going to be one of the biggest things in the world. I think right now you are probably watching a video about one of the biggest breakthroughs that has ever happened, and it's starting off with something not able to add and answering in dots. But I think that's going to change very, very quickly. Now, importantly, he said the prospect of self-awareness will remain more distant for quite a while. So we're thinking maybe it could be 2027 or later before this thing can be really considered self-aware. But right now, the claim is that this is actually showing a true intelligence is growing here. And then both these guys, as I said, have already written a scientific paper, but it was just a kind of introduction. And the next phase now is obviously they're going to peer review what Anna is doing and how it's working. So then the final point, and this is how I ended this last video where I talked about this AGI and AI. It's just 2000 to 2027. So we're in 2025 and we're looking at 2027 as the potential endpoint when we achieve an AGI and intelligence is greater than human intelligence. And then, probably by 2030, then you would see intelligence greater than all humans combined. But right now we're at 2025 and all we've got is AI that, the first day on Earth, it can't add, it can't respond to many types of questions. We don't know is it bullshit. But what we do know is that the signs point to it not being bullshit, and the market cap of QUBIC points to it not being bullshit, because people are not buying QUBIC based on this right now. People don't know about this right now. You watching this video are one of the few people on Earth who know about this right now. Just imagine, let's say worst case scenario, doesn't end up being true. It pumps a bit based off the scam, and we just all have to be clever then and try and sell in the next month or two and just kind of follow the trend of the alt market and hopefully time the market moderately well. So that's one scenario. But I think the more likely scenario, unbelievably, I can't believe I'm saying it, is that this is true. And imagine when the world starts catching on to this and they realize the only way to use this AI is to hold QUBIC. Imagine what's going to happen to that market cap. It's going to be crazy. So anyway, I think it's an exciting day, guys. I think this could be a video that can be part of history. I think this could be a day that could be a part of history. And I feel like if you're just even watching this video and ingesting the information right now, you could be a part of history. But also, maybe we're going to look really, really stupid and it's just all going to be a big scam. Who knows? But I'm excited either way. Look, it's all fun. It's just life. That's all I've got for you today, guys. I'll see you all on the outside.